And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week.
Another week and more revelations of confidential documents showing it in and around Joe Biden's private residence, office at the University of Pennsylvania, and in his think tank. Lots and lots of questions here. And the more questions that get asked, the more obfuscation we've been getting. And the American people are clearly catching on. An Emerson poll revealed this week that Joe Biden now trails Donald J. Trump in a potential 2024 matchup. We're not sure that's actually going to happen, but it is interesting to note that just a few months ago, Donald Trump trailed Joe Biden. Now those things have been flipped, and the trajectory certainly isn't good for Joe Biden and company. And continue to watch the wheels fall off that bus as more and more Democrats are saying not so much to Joe Biden in 2024, and as the scandal-plagued Biden family continues to have stories rolling out of the closet. And in Washington, D.C., Kevin McCarthy, the new Speaker of the House, has told Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell that while they can serve on other committees, they will not be serving on the Intelligence Committee. A good, bold move by Kevin McCarthy early in his speakership, kind of setting down the parameters by which he's going to govern the House of Representatives. Look, Swalwell and Schiff are known for two big things, lying and leaking. The two of them together have a corrupt record up and down the place and all over. Why they should be privy to information that other members of Congress are not is besides the imagination of anybody that thinks about it. So kudos to Kevin McCarthy. And back in my home state of Pennsylvania, our new governor, Josh Shapiro, is issuing executive orders already. And frankly, who can blame him? I don't think that's the way government should be run, with executive order. I think it ought to be under regular order. But the legislature is on vacation for a month. And the Senate is on pause, waiting for the legislators to return. So Josh Shapiro has the media landscape, and let's face it, he loves the media, to himself. But if he really wants to look at economic development drivers, which he talked about this week, why not look just a few miles down the road to Virginia, where Governor Glenn Youngkin this week announced a $1 billion tax cut package. That's with a B, $1 billion back in the pockets of Virginia taxpayers. Meanwhile, Pennsylvania has the other end of the equation going up and up and up, namely state spending, which has increased exponentially over the course of the past couple of years. Where are people and businesses going to want to relocate or go to? High tax, high spend states, or states that are allowing people to keep more of what they earn? That's an easy one. So hopefully Shapiro and company will take a look down the road and maybe even try to copy what's going on in Virginia. And on the eastern side of our state, in the city of brotherly love, which, by the way, may have the worst mayor in America, and that's a tough title to take when you consider Lori Lightfoot and others. But Jim Kenney has just been a total and complete disgrace. And this week, the Union League honored Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. And to listen to the media, you would have thought there was this tremendous hue and cry and outpouring of protest. The Philadelphia Inquirer had its bowels in a tizzy with editorials and columnists saying that, among other things, that Governor DeSantis was racist, anti-immigrant, anti-education, anti-gay, anti-this, anti-that. Interesting that Governor DeSantis, governor of arguably the most cosmopolitan state in the country, won a huge victory last fall, the biggest landslide in 4 decades in Florida, winning by 1.5 million votes. So the voters of Florida clearly don't think he's all those things, but the elitists sitting in the towers of the Philadelphia Inquirer and their columnists do. And out on the streets, dozens, according to the media, dozens showed up to protest Ron DeSantis' appearance in front of 1,000 people. Dozens means probably 25 or so, and most of them probably had microphones or pencils in their hands. I mean, you looked at the crowd, it was infinitesimal. A few activists that don't like any Republican or conservative and are going to come out to yak, and their protests get blown out of proportion by the media, but isn't that what we've come to expect? And finally, the Republican National Committee met on the West Coast this week, re-elected Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel by a very large margin, better than 2-1. So let's see how that all plays out in the days to come. Because for now, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.